right, story time. Beautiful day at the beach. I fasted and prayed for my future husband. Let's talk about this. I did not fast and pray expecting to meet my future husband or to... I don't know. It was just, maybe I'll meet him in 2 years. Maybe I'll meet him in a year. This was my first real 3-day fast. So I was like, okay, God, like, what do I really want to fast about? If I have to fast and pray about something for 3 days. Decided I've really wanted a family and a child for a long time, but it hasn't happened yet. So I was like, oh, I'll pray about that. So I did my prayers. 3 days, no food, just a water fast. No TV, no social media, just meditation, just praying, just journaling, just the Bible. I get out. Okay, so I break my fast by taking communion. I go to the same spot I'm in constantly, all the time. It's like a beach volleyball spot. I sit there, watch beach volleyball. Sometimes I play. My foot's been injured, so I've been sitting on the bench, and I just know everybody that comes across that bench. And there's this, tall, cute kid. I say he was my age, at the bench. And he started talking, and we had a lot in common, and got talking about my career and mental health, and kind of talking about God. I was like, yeah, I really like the verse, about helping orphans. And it turned out he was an orphan. We had all this stuff in common about what we wanted to do and plans in life. So I'm thinking, okay, I was not expecting to meet anybody. I've never met anybody at this park. I've been to this park a million times. Maybe God sent me my future husband. I'm getting excited over here. Oh. We went on 2 or 3 dates, and there was a couple yellow flags. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I've been too harsh on people. I'll just continue and give this a shot. He ends up coming to church with me. I'm thinking things are growing great. And then he gets really toxic and he disappears. That was not from God. And I convinced myself that I did not have enough patience. I did not respond in a biblical way to him. A wife is supposed to be patient and serve her husband. And I'm over here thinking, what did I do wrong? I'm asking my friends, and I'm having turmoil. I'm literally praying for him constantly. I prayed for this guy for weeks straight, because I was like, God, I'm really confused. I thought you sent me my future husband. It just made sense. Would have been a great story, right? If I fasted and prayed for 3 days and then just met him on a bench the second I broke my fast. And I might have gotten blinded a little bit by that. Definitely did. And I had some friends kind of knock some sense into me, you just prayed for 3 days for a future husband. You met somebody, and the devil saw an opportune time to say, hey, let's send something that's gonna distract her and lead her the wrong way. And it's kind of funny how relationships work. You don't recognize that sometimes you're not getting anything in return because you're in a state of, I want to serve and help this person, until you get a bird's eye view. So even after praying for this guy for 3 weeks straight, I'm thinking God can change anybody's heart. God can change people's character, because his character just was starting to go downhill. The longer you just interact with somebody. And we only really dated for a month and a half, 2 months. So it didn't take long for, character flaws to come out. I forgot where I was. But yeah. I think I'm on an interesting journey of trying to hear God's voice and trying to understand signs without being tricked, because my current experiences and things that I've been praying for, I know the typical term is, what do you even call it? I can't think of the name when they send the decoy or they send the counterfeit. That's what they call it, the counterfeit, right? God always sends a counterfeit before he sends the real thing. That's what you hear a lot of Christian girls say, and I'm like, I guess he was the first person I dated since I became a Christian like 3 years ago. But I've dated enough counterfeits at this point, so, a lot of those videos I'm watching on YouTube, I'm just like, it doesn't seem like a counterfeit issue. It seems like a discernment spirit on our end of what kind of fruits are we trying to recognize in men that we're trying to date. What are we accepting? Like, how are we letting the current ways of dating in society skew what we deem as acceptable in our relationships? Because if this was biblical, I would have been treated a lot better and not accepted love that was not biblical. God's been having me read 1 Corinthians 13 every day, because it's just a reminder that that's the kind of love that we're called to, not the give and take. If you give me this kind of love, I'll give you that kind of love. But also knowing when to set those boundaries when someone's not giving you love in a biblical way. You can't, if they're not getting held to a standard and they're not repenting or changing, when is it okay as a Christian to walk away and say, I no longer feel an obligation to help this person or help them grow in their walk with the Lord? So I don't know. Interesting.